It's time to get the passport ready as we head from Australia to New Zealand. But not to worry. See, the airline says it right here. Relax. It was a sad morning to have to leave Sydney again. But the welcoming beauty of Queenstown was a sight to behold. Well, we're back on New Zealand soil, this time for longer than 1 hour.
Our original plan was to fly through Auckland to Australia, back to New Zealand, and as soon as we got to Australia, New Zealand closed its borders. So here we are, a couple years later. We're really excited to be exploring it out of the airport. We have a couple really cool things planned for Queenstown over the next couple of days. So let's see what we can get into.
The aesthetic beauty of Queenstown is just out of this world. It's situated right up against Lake Wakatipu and offers amazing views from just about anywhere in town. We'll be checking out more of Queenstown over the next couple of days, but the first order of business was a day trip for a boat tour of the Milford Sound. It doesn't look too far on the map, but because of the mountainous terrain surrounding Milford Sound, it's almost a 4-hour drive to get there from Queenstown. In case you're looking to book a tour in the future, our tour guide was Andy with Altitude Tours, and they were fantastic. The long drive did offer some beautiful views, though.
And we found some very friendly alpaca friends along the way.
And this little guy is called a Kia. Fun fact, we were told by locals that it has the IQ of a 5-year-old human.
After 3 years of planning and waiting, we were finally here seeing this place with our own eyes.
The size and scale of the mountains and the rock formations at Milford Sound is just unreal. For example, check out this boat. It was the largest one we saw out on the water that day, probably holds more than 100 people. This is that same boat when zoomed out. Can you see it? Neither can I.
Being one of New Zealand's most iconic experiences, we would have to completely agree. 100% put this on your bucket list. Legend has it that the water from Stirling Falls is magical, and if you shower in it, you will look and feel 10 years younger by the next day. Our captain ended our extraordinary tour with just that. We should be feeling like we're 18 again by morning.
After a long day on the road, it was time to check out the town.
Fun fact, Lake Wakatipu stays about 10 degrees Celsius year-round, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Definitely not for the faint of heart when it comes to swimming.
And it wouldn't have been complete without a trip up the Skyline Queenstown gondola. What do you think, Allie? Should we go ziplining while we're up here?
Mm-hmm.
If we were going to stay on track, it was time to head out of Queenstown, unfortunately, but not before we hit up a few places on the way out.
Fun fact, there are about 40 million sheep to 5 million people in New Zealand.
That's just about a wrap for part 1, but there's still much more of this beautiful country to see on our road trip.